Hi, guys. Everybody, welcome to Lulu La Vida. And today I'm going to guide you or give you my recipe to my Chile Verde. Very simple. What I usually do first is I cover my griddle, my comal, with some aluminum foil. And then we got to make our salsa, right? Because it's called Chile Verde. So we need serrano peppers, tomatoes, and garlic cloves. Now, this is going to be up to you if you like it really really spicy hot temperature wise, or the spice, then you add more peppers and then or more tomatoes. So in this, I like spicy food, so I think I have about 20 serrano peppers, 2 tomatoes, and 2 garlic cloves. And this is gonna take about 15 minutes. What I'm doing here is I'm just trying to roast my peppers, and my tomatoes and my garlic. I roast them, and I just keep turning them over, different sides, so it could be, roasted all around. So just keep an eye on it. Medium heat. Never cook stuff with really, really high heat. And then these are going to be the ingredients. They're very simple. But what I do is like, okay, so this recipe is made out of beef. Chile Verde de res. Okay, so it's a beef meat that we're going to use, our protein. So as you can see, it doesn't have that much ingredients, but I think the key here is to the salsa. That's what's gonna make it. Okay, so take note, guys. So here we go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the 3 pounds of the milanesa. It's the very thin meat. I go to a butcher and I always get it already cut up, and then they trim the fat for me. It's a little more expensive, but you know what? For me, it's worth it, and also it saves me time. So I got 3 pounds of the beef, and then I went ahead and got 4 potatoes because I love potatoes. I usually try to add potatoes to a lot of my recipes. So I peeled the potatoes, and as you can see here, they're cut. The cubes are kind of like medium size, not too small, because you don't want them to dissolve once you're putting them in the broth, in the beef broth. So then we have my usually, remember you guys, I always tell you what always I do. I have salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and I always mix it prior to. I always keep this in my kitchen because I use it a lot. And then this is beef bouillon. Okay, so we got 2 teaspoons of that, and then I have a garlic clove, and all I'm doing this is I'm gonna mince it up and then add it to my meat. Okay, so so these are the ingredients. Okay, so I'm gonna get a skillet, or actually I'm gonna get a big pot, and I'm gonna add some oil, but I like to have the stuff already hot. But for now, let's go check on our peppers, see how they're doing. As you can see they're turning already. They're turning color, so that's what we're looking for. We just need a couple of sides to turn more, get a little bit more roasted, but it looks good. And see, I do the foil because I try to protect my griddle, my comal, and it's just easier to clean that way. You just toss your paper foil and then you clean it up. So you can see 15 minutes later, look, it started to do so. Some people could put it in a plastic bag or cover them up. I just let them cool off for a little bit. And then what I do is I just cut the stem, and then I just peel up some of the burn stuff. But don't never put them under water because you don't want to rinse that flavor, that roasted flavor from your chiles or from your tomatoes. Okay, so and then the garlic goes just like that. So what we're gonna do now is just cut the stems, and like I said, we're just gonna put them in a blender. Okay, and you could do it in a molcajete, but for me, since this is gonna be in the sauce, and molcajete is better like if you're having a carne asada, but in this case, let's just put it in a blender. Okay, so see, this is a tablespoon of the chicken bouillon, right, the North Suiza chicken flavor. And then I'm gonna add I add uh, garlic powder, salt to taste. See, I have the little tiny spoon, so I add 4 of those. That's equivalent to 2 tablespoons. Okay. And then after I do that, I add maybe about a cup of water. I have like 2 cups here, but I add maybe half of that. And then I'll just want to mix it and blend it first and see if that's the consistency I want. Okay, so we're not going to take that long. You see, we wanted to have it like in a chunky way. But see, that's it. It's done. It shouldn't take that long. Okay. And you see some of the roasted on the sauce. So it smells really hot, but that's, I mean, I like spicy food, so, and my family's gotten used to it. I've tasted it already and it is spicy. So what I did is I removed half of the salsa on this bowl, and then the other one we're gonna add use it for our beef. So see, I have a big old pot, and then I add my oil, but I don't like to put a lot of oil. Usually on my recipes, if you notice, the less oil that I use, the better. I try to limit my the oil. So we're gonna go ahead and add the 3 pounds of the beef, and then we're gonna add our seasoning, the one that I always have pre-made. I should just call it Lulu seasoning. Remember, it's salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And to me, those are the three seasonings that goes with everything mostly all the time. So I'm gonna add, let's see, about 2 tablespoons of that. But my spoons are so tiny that 2 is equivalent to 1. So I'll usually add about 4. So see, 3 and 1 more. So 4 of that, 4 tiny spoons. And now we're going to go ahead and start, mixing it around, mixing the meat with the seasoning here. We're going to try to sear the meat, get it cooked, and then always do it at a medium heat. We want to go ahead and release the what do we call it, like the fluids, the water, the broth of the meat, the juices of the meat, basically. That's what we're looking for. We don't want to have it cooked and dry or nothing, so we do it at a medium heat. Okay, so we don't cover it up, we just keep turning it for now, and it's gonna be about what, maybe how much, about, I would say, 5 minutes to 7 minutes, just to keep turning it so it can turn color. See, look at this. See, it's releasing all the juices, the meat. It's churning. It's not cooked completely. As you can see, there's some pieces that are still raw, but that's the consistency we want. Just keep tossing it, and then once we see that, we can start adding our potatoes. See, we add our potatoes, and then we just incorporate those in there, mix it around. And then now that we added our potatoes, we're going to cover it, because the heat, the steam, is going to cook our potatoes. Okay, so we're going to watch this but maybe about 5 minutes, and then we'll check back on it. Okay, so you see, this wasn't even 5 minutes. I think it was like 3 minutes. And look at that. So the potatoes are not completely cooked, but it's okay, guys, because we're going to be adding our sauce and our broth. So when we have the water there, the potatoes will go ahead and cook completely. We don't want to overcook our potatoes because it's going to get too smushy. Okay, so right now we're going to add our sauce. You see, our salsa verde. Chile Verde. We call it Chile Verde, not salsa verde. I call it my Chile Verde. See? And then I'm going to go ahead and add water to this. Let's see. We're going to see, it's not that much chile, but it's spicy, so it's going to be flavorful. And then we're going to see, you can see the juices. Now we're going to add our water. I would say that's equivalent to maybe I think 6 cups. You saw the size of the bowl that I have. So we're gonna turn it around, incorporate our seasoning, our chile verde and stuff. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover it up, and I would say about 5 to 7 minutes, medium heat. And we want to make sure that it cooks. Sometimes it could be up to 10. It depends. I mean, you're gonna check for your for your flavors right now. So I have the beef bouillon. This is the part where we add it. And then see, 7 to 8 minutes later, we uncover it and see our potatoes are still whole, but look at the broth. It turned color. It's good. I don't need to add any tomato sauce. If you like it less spicier, add more tomatoes and less peppers, right? But this is how it looks. I mean, the it doesn't do justice, and I'm telling you guys, it smells delicious. I usually do it with like um frijoles de la olla, and here I'm waiting for my rice to finish. That's how I those are my sides, you know. But here's the main dish, our chile verde. You know, it smells so good, and like I said, it's spicy, but it's warm, and it's like a comfort food somewhat. I like to enjoy it with some avocados and some corn tortillas. Here you go. I plated it up, my rice, my beans, and my chile verde, and your soft drink or whatever you guys want to have. You have your corn tortillas, and then you have your avocado, and then the extra salsa that I had left over. I keep it there for anybody that wants it a little extra spicier. You can add to it. It's up to you guys, but I'm telling you, try it. You're not gonna be disappointed. It is delicious. In Spanish, we say it riquísima. So I want to thank you guys for watching my video. Don't forget to like and make a comment. See you to next.